Truly delighted to have your company with us here on Richard Mwenja exclusive from whichever part of the globe you're watching us. It is indeed a distinct privilege to have you on board. I'm Richard Mwenja. Welcome to the conversation. Today we continue unpacking subjects that are shaping Kenya's political and governance landscape. And today I have yours truly, Professor Herman Manyora, donned in his trademark Bermuda blue suit. No, this Parliament blue suit. How are you doing today, Prof?
I'm well.
You're well?
Very well.
Straight from the village Luombei. How's the Kega doing?
You know, you have to keep contact with the village. You know, we belong to the village where everybody knows you by name.
Oh, really?
It's not like you people in Nairobi. This is your home. My home is Luombei.
Luombei.
Yes.
You ain't afraid of going back, sitting under that mango tree for retirement?
That is home.
That is home.
That's where I feel home. Yeah, that's where I know everybody.
All right. It makes sense. Prof, there is an argument in town, and that argument is stemming from those who believe that the Kikuyus are not angry because of Gachagua. They are angry because the economy is not doing well. Please, I want you to weigh it from your lenses. How do you weigh that argument?
Well, it's okay. They can be angry because of anything. if what they want is to be angry, they are free to be angry. Whether because of Gachagua or the economy, whichever. It
is said that former Deputy Rigathi Gachagua seems to be under such an illusion. He believes he has the support, but that support is not pegged on him, but on the economic situation of this country. Should Gachagua quake at the mention of this argument?
I don't think so. It's, this sort of things are always there. Sort of so-called argument, they're always there. But you see, even throughout history, it's never really the big reasons that cause trouble, including revolutions. The underlying problems are always there. The challenges are always there. The suffering is always there. But something, some event or some happening or some individual becomes the catalyst. So the same gamer community around the mountain suffered under Uhuru Kenyatta. But until Uhuru introduced Raila, it remained sort of abstract. So it was given life by the Uhuru push for Raila. And they decided, let's get out and show Uhuru we are not with him. So whereas it is true that like another part of the country, the Mount Kenya people, Mount Kenya region is also suffering, the Gachagua thing has become the catalyst. So if people are angry, they are organizing that anger around an individual. And that individual is Rigathi Gachagua. It is Rigathi Gachagua who gives life to those feelings around the mountain. So you cannot separate the two.
You seem to be signaling that today Gachagua is head and shoulder above any other politician from Mount Kenya. And I want to understand, would you rule out the chances of President Ruto making a grand comeback in Mount Kenya, even with Gachagua being marked at today's politics of the mountain?
In politics, you can never rule out anything. Never.
So what's the surest way for him to get that kind of camp easily?
Who Ruto?
President Ruto, yeah.
It's not easy, and he knows it. I'm sure he knows. It's not easy. He was under some illusion, but that is no longer the case. I can tell you for a fact.
Hi, my name is Eileen Akal, and I'm the head of training at Center for Innovative Technology Limited, SciTech. If you finish your Form 4, and you would like to enter into an engineering field, architectural field, or any related field, please come to SciTech. We will train you how to be industry ready. We will also train you how to make engineering drawings. We will train you how to draw using the software.
I did my degree in China for 4 years. After I finish my degree, I come back to my country, Kenya. But the knowledge I find in SciTech, it's much, much better than the 4 years I spent in China.
We can empower a lot of young people in Kenya to gain gainful employment. And I want to speak to parents out there. If you have a child who's just done 4th form, between the time they do their exams and the time they enter tertiary education, there are so many months there they waste. Bring them here. In those short months, they will gain skills that they can use to advance their careers, to start their own even private companies, They can find work online, and when they go to university, they'll be so way ahead of their peers.
Welcome to SciTech.
If Ruto and people around him are normal human beings,
Normal is the word.
normal human beings, you know, we must work with the assumption that everybody in the game, in the equation, is normal. Where normal doesn't mean those who are not normal are abnormal. No, it just means
They are
under
rational
normal
thinkers.
circumstances. I am sure, beyond peradventure, that Ruto must be regretting.
The chickens are coming home to roost for him
He
already?
must be regretting impeaching Gachagua, because he has brought trouble to himself.
But there is an
At some point, they must have been under illusion that Gachagua was nothing. You could get a mountain without Gachagua. That has been proved to be wrong. Secondly, the Ruto team must have been under the illusion that you could divide the mountain. Let's see. If we run away with Mount Kenya East, they can remain with West. That again has proved to be wrong. There wasn't any excitement in Mount Kenya East, save for some funny village called Ilulundu in Tharaka-Nithi. Not even Tharaka-Nithi was celebrating, a small village. So that has also been proved wrong. They also thought that on top of Mount Kenya East, they will be able to make inroads in Mount Kenya West. First, by using people like Mani Shunga. Again, they have been shown it's simply not possible. They thought they could confine Gachagua. Again, that has been proved wrong. There's one more thing they want to do, and I want to tell them, they're just wasting their time. They want to appoint a few people from the Uhuru regime into government. I know they will do it.
Buying them out.
Tuko na barometer ya inchi. Political barometer, tuko nae. Na pulse ya inchi tuko nae. They are thinking if they appoint a few people, including my friend Mutai Kega and the rest, then they will be able to get the committee. They will not.
And do away with people like Ndindi Nyoro. Replace them with
no,
Mutai Kega.
it will not work. So, that is not to say that Ruto cannot get the mountain. Please don't get me wrong. This is politics. I'm saying so far the game they have been playing cannot deliver them the mountain. But they can now come up with a better game and they get the mountain. But for now, they have not gotten the mountain and they are not about to get it.
It is a lost cause.
They will need to do a lot more than they have done now.
All right. Yes. Let's advance that conversation about Mount Kenya politics. And Mount Kenya seems to be warming up to Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka. And the other day you called him out that he needs to do more beyond press conferences. He cannot win an election on press conferences. Would you say he's already having a head start when it comes to Mount Kenya vote in 2027?
It looks so. It looks so. It looks like Mount Kenya is... But what is certain is one, that Mount Kenya is angry with Ruto. And they want to do something
Like
to show their anger, to have their pound of flesh. They are not happy with the economy, which is hurting them more than anybody else. Unajua ni watu wa Chirigi. And they are not happy with what he has done to Gachagua. So they want to do something to him. That's number one. Number two, it is also certain that they will be looking for somebody. For now, which is number three, that somebody seems to be
Kalonzo Musyoka.
But there's something else.
Which is?
Which is out to get your pound of flesh, to avenge, you must use the best person to do it for you. So for Mount Kenya people, they will be looking for that one person who will deliver to Ruto what they want to deliver to Ruto.
The sharpest knife in the cutlery. Yes. And that doesn't seem
so, if they find a better option than Kalonzo, they are likely to go for that better option. And the better option will be a product of time and circumstances. And that's why I cannot say that any deal, even if it is made public, between Mount Kenya and Kalonzo, I'm not saying it can stick. Even if it is made public, because they are saying Gachagua is saying we shall know they are thinking around February.
He'll offer political direction.
If that direction means this is our political party and we are going with it to Wiper, I cannot bank on it. It will be subject to circumstances and happenings and the dynamics of politics. And I want to tell you, I've taken time to study this politics in this country in the past few weeks or a month or so. There's only one constant. Only one person can give Ruto a run for his money. And that person is not Kalonzo Musyoka.
Martha Karua, perhaps?
No.
Then drop the bombshell, Prof.
Okoiti, Okia, Omtata. Mark this.
Come on.
That is the only man, if the dynamics go the way I expect dynamics to go, and if he does not mess the game himself. There's so much going for Mtata, he's a constant. He's the only man who can give Ruto a run for his money. First of all, established politicians, where Kalonzo belongs, and I'm not talking about Kalonzo, I'm just saying established politicians.
In that league.
There's so much that's against them. One, these are people who can be compromised anytime. They can be pulled the other side. If Raila was pulled, who is Kalonzo? Who is Eugene, my friend, my village mate? Who is Jim Wanjingi?
Same for Martha Karua.
Only Martha Karua from established figures cannot be pushed just like that. But the rest of these people can be. When the Furutwa. Number two, most of them have baggage. They have skeletons.
Ghosts from the past?
So if somebody wants to put you under scrutiny, like Ruto, another toa file yako moja kakuonesha. All these established politicians, apart from Martha Karua, can be blackmailed because they all have skeletons. But more importantly, and that's why Okiya Omtata is better than most of them, if not all of them, is they have a certain mindset and they cannot depart from that mindset. They view politics in a certain way. They view this country in a certain way. They view the economy in a certain way. They cannot make radical departures. So all Omtata will need to do is to be that man who says things none of these guys can say. Trump-like. That's why Omtata is the only threat to Ruto.
But remember,
I'm not saying Kalonzo cannot win. If he becomes the opposition candidate, like I've said, if there's a movement, and that movement produces him as a candidate, he can win. But in the absence of that euphoria, the 202 kind of rainbow euphoria,
wave of change,
so that it's just Kalonzo Musyoka with his friends, maybe building alliances and want to face Ruto, they will be beaten in the morning. Only Okiya Omtata, because he can offer a departure.
We're talking about the candidature of Okiya Omtata, but remember your close friend, Co-2 Secretary General Francis Atwoli, has dismissed this candidature, saying you can't be president without the money. No one wants to share with a poor man. That is his school of thought. Do you agree that the place of money might easily get Omtata out of this race?
It is true that you need money. Even to do very small things, leave alone going for the presidency.
And it is evident
the presidency is not a joke.
So
Atwoli is right, because the presidency is not a joke. You don't go for presidency empty-handed.
And that's the true position of Okiya Omtata. His financial muscle cannot
match. You need
match
money which Okiya Omtata does not have.
Thank you.
So far up to there, Atwoli is right. But immediately after that, Atwoli is wrong. First, money is not everything. Secondly, the people of Kenya can give Omtata all the money he requires, all of it, beyond what he needs. And I'm telling you, this is not a joke. This Okiya Omtata thing is a dangerous card. Really? Please, this Okiya Omtata thing is a dangerous card. It is the only card. Matiang'i was in the air. But Okiya Omtata may just be the person Gen Zs will resonate with.
Let's think of it this
And
way.
there are many angry Kenyans who don't think this country can change with these musical chairs of the same politicians. Uhuru, Raila, Ruto, Kalonzo. There are many people who are convinced.
Okay,
And in their own small way, if they decide to finance Okiya Omtata's campaign, Barack Obama's campaign was funded by the so-called dollar. $1, $2. For Obama, it was not big donors. It was small donors, small people. $1 or less, less. $10, $5. Yeah, the $1 campaign. Kenyans can give Okiya Omtata the 1,000 campaign, 500, 100. Mama Mboga another to me Okiya Omtata. You saw it in Kericho. It can happen. You saw until the man shed tears. He's addressing people and they know he doesn't have money. They are giving him money, including a poor person giving him 50 shillings. Paka machozi katoka. So money, Atul is right, you need money. But he's wrong because he thinks, he looks at it in terms of something static.
And I'm looking
for a word is lost.
Yeah.
But things are dynamic. So Atul must be told that money is talking about, which is necessary, obviously. Kenyans can give Okiya Omtata, including him. This thing can get, I'm telling you, Atul is my friend. Atul is my brother and my friend. Atul is my brother and my friend. This Omtata thing can catch fire. Mpaka Atul anapatia Omtata 50 million.
And it comes from Ruto's camp.
Yeah. Where she wanapeananga kila mahali, ujui wakubwa hawa. They finance both sides
to play the safe card.
Yeah, all these big people do that. Even me, in my small way, when MCS are running home, I give you 50,000, I give the other one 20,000. Like that, we do that.
So you're safe?
No, not safe. I don't need to. I'm just supporting.
Oh, okay.
So, actually giving Okiya Omtata 50 million would not mean that he has abandoned Ruto. Just say he's a boy from home, a Luya like me. By the way, Okiya Omtata is a Luya. He's not even tested the way people think.
Prof, let's think about this.
Yes.
You seem to believe that the candidature of Okiya Omtata is formidable and solid enough.
Yeah.
Now, with Okiya Omtata and then probably Martha Karua as his running mate, or at least they become a tag team, will that be the icing on the cake, Martha Karua and Okiya Omtata candidates?
You know, I don't know how Okiya Omtata will want to play the game. And at some point, this game will be managed by people, forces beyond Okiya Omtata. That's why I say it depends on how he plays it. It will get to a point where he's owned by the Gen Zs and the other people. So that sort of movement will determine who he works with. It won't be easy to sit in the bedroom or in a sitting room and decide Manyora, no. I'm telling you, and I want to repeat this. People in the intel community, waambie Ruto, his threat is Okiya Omtata. Because Okiya Omtata is not Okiya Omtata. Okiya Omtata can very easily, and I suspect will very easily, be the forces of change in this country. The forces of change cannot trust men of status quo like Kalonzo. They will not trust. Well, those are truly saying have billions. The question must then be asked, where did they get these billions? Which industry? Because if my friend Matiang'i came, Atwoli would not call him poor, will he? He says, okay. Then you must ask Atwoli, then where will this Matiang'i have go? Ako na factory gani? Industry gani Matiang'i ako na? Kalonzo tunamjua hii miaka yote. It's not like Olusegun Obasanjo and Ruto, successful poultry farmers. Anafuga tu mbuzi kadhaa hapa si Ikulu. A law firm that where will he have gotten the billions? That's a much more serious question. And these questions will be asked by people. Those are the questions that I'm telling you will be asked. And the answers will produce people like Okiya Omtata. And when I talk of Okiya Omtata, I don't mean Okoiti Okiya Omtata. I mean a person like that. A figure like him.
Of such ideals.
Yes. An establishment figure. And the world is beginning to produce those kind of people in different parts of the world. Non-establishment figure. People who say things that touch the people. People who are willing to take risks. People who are willing to make a departure from the known. A person who can say, these taxes tumeweka kwa mafuta zinaumiza raia, zina affect business. Investors are running from Kenya going to Tanzania because of mafuta. Na hii mafuta iko juu sababu ya cartels. Hakuna cartel moja atakuwa hapo. Those power contracts, what are they called? Those
PPPs.
Yeah, no, those
Independent
power producers, those agreements.
Yeah.
I have looked at them. You can dismantle them. A man who can say, I'm dismantling them today through an executive order.
All IPPs.
Yes.
They go.
And all the nonsense in the energy sector. Na stima inaenda where Museveni is saying 5 cents per whatever, kilowatt, something, whatever it's called.
Without the help of Adani.
So that if the token today 500 gives you 19, 500 should give you 50, 60
units.
Kenyans are looking for a person like that. Kenyans are looking at a person who look at diesel and say, this diesel, 50% of the cost is in taxes. Where do these taxes go? What does the government do with those taxes? In one of my circulating videos, which I say, we tax people, then take it to MPs to go and play around with. Somebody will say, tunatoa hizo taxes, almost all of them, so that instead of today petrol being 180 or thereabouts, it will come back to 110, 120. That is the person Kenyans are looking for.
In a record 6 months. Or
It
even less.
cannot be Kalonzo Musyoka. It has to be a radical person. And there's space for such a person. That's what I'm saying. The threat to Ruto's presidency is not Kalonzo
Okoiti.
or Matabu. It is Okoiti, Okia, or Mtata. And where Okoiti, Okia, Mtata stands for a certain type of person.
A beacon of hope.
Correct.
Well, there you have it from Professor Herman Manyora. We've unpacked a raft of issues in the world of politics and governance. Keep us engaged on our social media handles. I'm at Mwenja Richard on X, on TikTok. Get Professor at H. Manyora on his social media handles as well. Until next time, do enjoy the rest of your viewing. And up next is Jadiel Kabir and Evans Okenyi with their editions.